Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. Am I in the middle? Yeah. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. For the tarot portion, I'm using the Star Tarot. It's the second edition on there by Kathy McLeland. There's the whole front of the box. There's a website for Kathy at the top here. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out, kathymcleland.com. Supportive Oracle cards. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. Is that what's... There's websites at the bottom. I want to say that she has her own website. I'll look real fast. I want to say it's on the back here. Yep. There we go. There's a picture of Colette. And at the bottom of that paragraph next to her picture is her website. There's a couple other ones below that. So feel free to check out whatever you would like. And for the last part, I do use dice. I think this is 21-sided. 21-sided, and it does omit 0, so it doesn't do the Fool, but close enough. I'll make it work. I use the 4-sided dice for the element, and then I use this 14-sided dice for the minor arcana. I want to say that the 14-sided dice came from here, mathartfun.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. And then the bigger one came from Tom Anders, which I know there's a website on here, I just don't see it. Impact Miniatures, I think. Hopefully that focuses so you can see it if you're interested. On the back here is that thing. So if you want to use that thing, go ahead and use that thing. Alright, so with that being said, if you want a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the current pricing also, my Instagram is below if you want to go on there. So I'm just on here in Instagram. And without further ado, let's go on to your reading. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aquarius? I keep seeing like cards a little... Anyway, I'm moving them over when I see them. I'm a fan of that, I guess. What do we have for Aquarius? It threw me off a little. Like I kept seeing it and I'm like... Okay. Ooh. Okay. So, is this... I keep feeling like this has been a struggle, but maybe you're so used to it that you don't see it as a struggle. Maybe this is something when it started it was more of a struggle, but now you're used to it. Is it boring, maybe? I feel like whatever's going on here, whatever we're starting with, I'm not really wanting to be a part of it anymore is what I'm getting. I feel like I want to do something different. But I'm holding on to it because I feel like I need to, but I am ready to do something different. And I'm starting to think, maybe this has gone far enough. Maybe we can make a different choice at this point. I don't know if this seems like... Alright, I'm going to go with it because this is what I'm getting. It's almost... It's almost like if I married somebody in my 20s and I've been with them for like 25 years and I feel like, you know what, it's not like I don't like them, but I don't really want this relationship like this anymore. I feel like I've done enough. Maybe it's time to make a change. I don't know, take it with a grain of salt. That's going to fit for whoever it needs to fit for. I'm just kind of like, I made it work. I can obviously make it work, but I feel like I'm being bogged down with it. It's just, I'm very bonded to it, but I feel like it never changes, and it's always the same, and I feel like it's just too much of the same at this point, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a job that you've been at for a long time, but you're kind of like, you know what, I've spent a lot of time here, I've done a lot of things, but I feel like I'm bored with it. and I don't really want to. Oh, the Sun card came up. Sun card and the Knight of Swords. The Gemini energy is a very strong air sign. If you want to find a way to do something differently, you will find that. It's been kind of lurking around your brain here and there. Anyway, you've maybe toyed with the idea of changing. You've maybe toyed with the idea of doing something totally different or just leaving the situation you're currently a part of. You've toyed with it. But I feel like this is the point where it's kind of like hold your ground and decide if this is what you want, if this is what would make you happy, why shouldn't you be happy? Whatever the situation is, I feel like you've been a part of it for quite a while. And it's kind of like, I feel like I've already made up my mind that if I knew when I started the situation where this would go, I might have made a different choice. I keep looking at it that way. Like I'm looking back, like if I knew then what I know now, I think I would have made different choices. But can't most of us say that? Not for nothing. You're centered on something. You're centered on a better outcome. You're centered on a better situation. It does say the sacred union, but this could be, again, if it's a job situation, the current one is just not working for you anymore. And in fact, you might look back and like, well, I don't know if it ever actually did work for me, but it did what I needed it to do at the time. Maybe it's time to find something that you actually do enjoy, something you actually want to be a part of. For example, also, if this is a business situation, maybe it's time for you to have your own business. It could be one of those things. Whatever you're leaving behind, if you have something like a job or a person or whatever it is, that whatever that is completely self-sufficient. That will be fine. It will work out fine. They'll be fine. Whoever it or they may be, if it's a situation or person, they will be fine. If you start moving towards what you want, it'll start taking a life of its own. You're going to be surprised at how easy it becomes for you because you're going to not only find information very easily, you're going to get that bug where you want to keep moving and you want to keep making things happen, and you just, before you know it, you're halfway down the road. All right, so this is like the unexpected. All it takes for this to happen is for you to not let go of what you actually want. I tend to think of Aquarius as being very strong mentally, but sometimes I feel like other people mess with Aquarius and it just seems like Aquarius does get sidetracked. I've been baffled by that because I don't really understand how that works, but Aquarius has a lot of mental energy, like really, really sharp, typically very sharp, and all they say is all you got to do to make what you want happen is to just refuse to let it go. Refuse to let it go. Just refuse to let it go. And you have the power to make this happen. It's all you. Especially if this is a work situation, it may be something where maybe the work situations you've been a part of have never been what you wanted. Maybe it's time that you redefine the whole situation by creating what you want and you making your own business. Could be that. Be careful of the naysayers. There's a controversial energy, not controverse. Con something. Contrary. It's like somebody's completely just, if you say left, they just say right because they just want to. Or they might be like, oh, you say left? I think we're in the wrong building. What does it matter what direction we go? We're in the wrong building, Aquarius. Somebody like that I keep feeling around this. When I get the Strength card and the Seven of Wands, somebody's just trying to make you feel like you're wrong. This seems to be an influence around you where somebody's just trying to make you feel like no matter what you're choosing, if you don't say where they're comfortable with you staying, then you're just wrong. Be aware of that. That could damage your confidence. If you see it though, and you step back and you see it from the outside, like if this was happening to somebody else, that, you know what I mean? If I look at this third person, if the way this person's treating me, if like for example, maybe your daughter or your best friend or maybe somebody else, if somebody was treating my best friend that way, if this person was treating that, like I wouldn't put up with that. Why do I put up with them treating me this way? You know what I mean? You might have to keep it a little covert for a while. There might be like when I get the Hermit, like developing the plan on your own, keeping it more to yourself. Maybe there's nothing outwardly happening in the moment, but like building that plan, thinking about that plan, working out the kinks and the curves. But keep going towards it. Keep going towards it. Hold to what you want. This is your time to move forward. The Queen of Light is illumination and enlightenment and celebration. I feel like I'm bringing in what I want. I feel like as long as I follow my passion, I'll find ways that other people aren't going to see. You're going to see things, you're going to find ways that not everybody can find. Aquarius just finds, like, you know what I mean? You could look at a field and people are like, there's nothing there. And you're going to be like, well, I see certain herbs. I see the potential here. I can see where there used to be a house over there. So I'm betting there's still a septic tank or something over there. You can see things that other people are like, it's just a barren field, Aquarius. Why are you wasting your time? And you're like, well, I see what's of value there. I can see what I can use there. I can see where I can take this and resell it or even build something on it because the foundation is still there, the septic tank is still there, the water pump, you just got to replace it and put a new one in. I can make this much more lucrative than most people can see. You see things that people don't see. You can make this work. Just hold to your vision. You're going to shock yourself is what I'm getting. There's a lot coming through here at the end. So I'm going to actually do the dice. I got some time, right? Yeah. I feel like I've been talking for a long time. And maybe I have. It's not about other people. There's something about other people trying to hold you back, and it just keeps happening. There's going to be a tipping point where that's going to keep happening, but you're not going to pay attention to it. So keep that in mind. There's going to be a point where you're just all in, and you're going to go to this world card, and you're going to go start the new phase of your life. When I get the Seven of Cups, even though you have all this great stuff coming in, I feel like what they're saying is like, be aware of the people who don't believe in you or just like to be the naysayers. And you know what? If you can't in a positive way exit them from your life, maybe find a different way where you don't have to deal with them as much. Like, lessen your connection with these people. Keeping up with these people or letting these people do this to you. Like, maybe it's time for them to have a shock. Oh, is that where this is going? When you do get what you want and you're stable again, wherever that means, or you're stable the way you want to be, maybe it's time to remember who didn't support you. And I don't think we need to hold a grudge about it, but like, if those people aren't supportive, they need to exit your life, or if they can't exit for whatever reason, we need to diminish that connection. This is not an energy that helps you build. This is not a positive thing for you. I feel like as this process is going forward, if people don't fit you, it's like people who are truthful and people who give you accolades for where you deserve it, we can keep those. But other people who don't want to, and because they feel like even after you succeed, there's still people there kind of like saying all the things you did wrong or why this was the wrong move. They seem to still poo-poo you. Let them move on. Let them, like, I said, okay. Just let them move on. Let them go down the river. Let them go away. Either exit them from your life or diminish your connection. Stop paying attention to them. Like, you know what I mean? This might be one of those things where they talk and you just smile and nod and you're not hearing a word they say because, like, why bother? You know what I mean? I feel like they're saying when you get this upgrade and things go better for you, don't take the people who don't deserve your attention. Don't bring them with you if you don't have to. This might be the time to do that type of purging. Keep that in mind. Because I feel like for some reason I keep getting like you might be putting up with people that you really don't need to be, and for some reason you think they have value, but maybe they don't have enough value to how it holds a position in your life anymore. Something to evaluate as you're going forward, something to think about as you're going forward. Anything else? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.